It is Wednesday. This is BCA-101, Introduction to Computers. We talked about some security issues and attacks. We did a bunch of website work with images today. We talked about copyright, fair use. We talked a little bit about the group project coming up on Friday. This is day 30. What is it, week 11? Let's take a look here. We reviewed briefly, the private address we would use, and then the public address you would use outside of the classroom. We looked at Apache web server, web services, and we looked at, your files sitting here, and then we had our PC in the classroom. We had an image we download there. I happened to download this one, and that actually came from the internet. Let's say that's the internet, so I put that there, and then we used WinSCP and we copied that file up to the web server in the directory, in that public HTML directory, where students have their stuff. So we showed how you take a file here and you can upload it to the server. And in this case, we were working with an image. We talked about legal consequences. In the medical world, we looked up that, HIPAA, and we looked up FERPA. And we talked a little bit about in the business world, too. Cyber terrorism and a cyber attack. We talked about things like an attack on the power grid where we wouldn't have any electricity for maybe a month, 30 days or something. Or an attack on airplanes can't land in an airport, or I don't know, there's so many things monitored and run by technology nowadays. And so the idea is to create terror, make people scared. We talked a little bit about attack patterns. Students did a little research on that. It starts with reconnaissance. You look and you find out information more and more and more, till eventually you find a vulnerability. You hack in, you escalate your privileges, find more passwords. Next thing you know, you have access to a lot more things than you'd think. A big issue still is people. It can be, software not updated, but it still can be people, where somebody works people till they begin to trust them, and then they give them information. We did some work with images. And then we looked at these three. We looked at the idea of copyright. Anytime you create something, it's copy. You have a copyright on it. It's like what I drew right here. That's mine. If you take a picture of it, you're really supposed to have my permission if you want to use it. Now that's kind of hard to do for everything, so we have fair use. Purpose, you can think of pain. The purpose, the amount of information you're going to use, the nature of what you're using it for, and then the effect. If you use it, does it have an effect on the owner? One effect would be, does it have repercussions on income that they might be getting, or lost income, or whatever. So, why you want to use it, and in what environment you're using it in. You might have educational. You need the students to learn about a certain thing, so you're going to use some work of somebody's. You're going to use a small amount of it. The nature is education, and it typically wouldn't have any impact on their funds. We talked here a little bit about data then, taking data and manipulating data. And then this is just a diagram. I gave some crazy examples of things that happen security-wise. Friday, the students meet in the classroom, and then they head out and do their projects. All right. And so Friday, you need to double check your groups in Canvas. All right, so that is it.